It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a beautiful eastern North Carolina sunny day. I find myself banging on my cousin's door to meet up for our weekly outing. After several minutes of knocking and no response, I begin to panic. Her car is in the driveway, all the lights are on, but where is she? I run around to the open back door and see her laying face down on the couch with a bottle of pills next to her. She is not breathing. Luckily, my cousin was given a second chance at life. However, there are many who are not as lucky. My cousin Carrie is a gifted, lively, happy individual whose life was taken over by opioid addiction. However, this problem did not start at a party or on the streets, but rather her own doctor's office. A simple back problem was temporarily resolved with a prescription for opioids, which would later transition to heroin use. But what if there was a safer alternative to opioid prescription, one that can serve a variety of diseases, has a low dependency rate, as well as reduced pain symptoms for patients? There is one, but it is not yet legalized here in the United States. After extensive research for my speech, the need for legalizing the use of medical marijuana is more imperative now than ever for patients' quality and well-being of life. So I ask you to listen with an open mind while I hope to persuade you on the benefits of replacing traditional opioid pain medicine with medical marijuana. When doctors prescribe medicine to help with side effects, they are prescribing a deadly prescription. Although marijuana may seem dangerous, the fact of the matter is prescription pills are far more addicting and life-threatening. The statistics of prescription pills are alarming. Research from the Science magazine suggests that nearly 2 million Americans were addicted to or abusing prescription opioid drugs in 2014. According to the CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Kaiser Family Foundation, they estimate that more than 21,000 died from overdose alone. The CDC also reports that since 1999, the number of overdose deaths have quadrupled involving opioids, including prescription opioids and heroin. And 91 Americans die every day from an opioid overdose. Every day. These estimates from the CDC also have suggested that the majority of these people who die from these overdoses had a prescription and were not illegally using them to begin with, meaning they were given from their doctors. The overprescription of these painkillers have led to illegal heroin use. The CDC reports that the misuse of prescription pills is the strongest factor for starting heroin use, especially among people who become dependent upon or abuse prescription opioids. Among these new heroin users, the CDC states that 3 out of 4 report having abused prescription opioids prior to using heroin. Now that we have explored the opioid epidemic and its effects, let's examine how marijuana can substitute these prescription pills. First and foremost, marijuana is 100% safer than opioid prescription pills. Marijuana can be effectively used as a pain management replacement. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, Laurel Gagne from the University of Michigan states that patients using medical marijuana to control their chronic pain reported a 64% reduction in their use of more traditional prescription pain meds, which are known as opioids. Replacing opioid treatment with marijuana produced positive side effects for these patients. Also, the active ingredient in marijuana, which is THC, reduces the need for pain management. Stanford Medical reported that in a study conducted by Imperial College in London, 65 patients who had recently undergone surgery were administered 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams, and 15 milligrams of marijuana for pain. Results from this study concluded that all of those who received the lowest dose, which was 5 milligrams, requested additional painkillers, indicating that the dose was ineffective. Only 50% of those who received the 10 milligram requested additional pain treatment, with only 25% of those on the highest dose required an additional pain med. Also, most importantly, marijuana has a low rate of dependency. Compared to the statistics that we have seen for opioid pills, there has never been a documented case of marijuana overdose. As a matter of fact, this is a graph for the overdose rates in America. On the bottom line, the dotted line, at 0, that is marijuana. The top line, that is opioid. The middle is cocaine. So as you can see, compared to the bottom line to the top line, that is nearly quadruple the overdose rate. A low dependency rate also results in a lower death rate. Currently, the death rate, as you've seen for opioid, is quadruple the number to marijuana overdose, which is 0. The CDC reports that only 20% of marijuana users will become addicted compared to the rates we have seen for opioid users. Next, we will also explore how current using medical marijuana as a solution can also benefit other illnesses. Marijuana can substitute other medical treatments. Marijuana has positive effects on a wide range of illnesses not limited to opioid addiction. These illnesses include life-threatening disorders such as multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, and HIV. In preclinical published studies on Alzheimer's, Alyssa Sauer from the Alzheimer's.net network reports that very small doses of tetrahydrocannabinoid, which is THC, the chemical found in marijuana, can slow the production of beta-amyloid proteins. These are thought to be a hallmark characteristic and key contributor to the progression of Alzheimer's. Most importantly, cancer patients also benefit from the use of marijuana. The National Cancer Institute states that cannabis can be an effective treatment for providing relief to a number of symptoms associated with cancer and chemotherapy, including pain, nausea, vomiting, anxiety, and a loss of appetite. Basically, marijuana is a jack of all trades. It also reduces the side effects of cancer treatment, and Medical Marijuana Incorporated state that studies have found that one of the major cannabinoids found in cannabis, CBD, is effective at treating the more difficult to control symptoms such as nausea, as well as preventing anticipatory nausea in chemotherapy patients. It is clear that legalizing marijuana and replacing traditional pain management, by the way, these are not pain pills, these are a prescription, could save thousands, if not millions, of lives. Doctors who write prescriptions for painkillers are essentially issuing a death sentence for their patients. By replacing opioids with medical marijuana, patients can effectively manage their pain with little to no dependency, as well as having fewer side effects from the drug. As the statistical information has proven, everyone watching this will encounter at least one person in their lives who has an opioid pain pill addiction. Imagine if every one of us spoke up to our local governmental officials regarding the policy of legalization of marijuana for medical use. For the human race to thrive healthy in the future, we must speak up about the healthy and alternative solutions that marijuana can serve. Thank you.